What's up? Welcome back to a tech update, I guess you guys could say, or an actual tech video. Well, I have been recording tech videos, but I haven't been really recording them like tech-wise. Like for the past month, I've been like taking unboxings and doing reviews on products. Now I'm gonna actually move back to actually talking about tech stuff, like actual rumors and stuff like that. Okay, so now what I want to cover in this video is what's next for Apple, what my personal opinion is, what I think we will see from Apple in the year 2013, which is this year, and yeah, just my opinion on what we can see. No, I'm sorry, what we will see. Okay, so in 2012, we saw the introduction to the MacBook Pro with the Retina display. Now, I think with the Retina display, they're going to take that and move that over to the MacBook Airs. Now, MacBook Air, if you guys don't know, that is Apple's #1 best-selling computer, I think. Right next to the MacBook Pro, I want to say. But I think they will take the Retina display and move that over to the MacBook Air. Now, another thing that I would like to see from Apple this year is to fix the battery issue with the laptops. The laptops, they have, it's a good battery life, but I think the highest they got is like 8 hours tops with the laptops that they have. I think they need to really fix that battery issue, and I would really love that. My phone's ringing. I would really love for them to fix that battery issue, because I'm actually thinking about buying me a new MacBook Pro with the Retina display. Now, Apple does not, don't get me wrong, Apple, I'm just quoting that, like, I'm just saying that because that's only on the laptops. Now, with my iPhone, like, my iPhone is charging right now, and I plug my iPhone, it's 11:47, I plug my iPhone in at about 10:30, I think, and it's already at like 98%, and it was about to die. Like, I think it was on like 5%. My phone charges really quick and it lasts really long, but I don't think they need to fix the iPhone problem. I know people with iPhone 4s and 4Ss, they're complaining about battery life. I know definitely people with the 4, but people with the iPhone 4S, I don't think they're complaining about that with the battery life. But with my iPhone, I think it's good, but I think it's just the laptops, and they need to really fix that. The next thing I want to move to is the desktop computers, and as you guys know, Apple released the 27-inch iMac. Now, I know a lot of people, like my friend, when we went in the Apple store, he had no clue about Apple. My phone needs to stop ringing. He had no idea about the Apple desktop computers like the iMac, and he went in and he automatically walked up to the iMac and tried to touch it like it was a touchscreen computer. I think Apple needs to come out with a touchscreen desktop computer like the HP TouchSmart. It doesn't, like, just an iMac that's touch, like, that would be awesome. Think about an iMac that's touchscreen. Come on now. Apple, I think they need to step up a little bit more than what they already are. Now, OS X, that is a good operating system. I love using OS X, but with iOS, I'm getting off topic, but with iOS, I love, like, I don't love iOS, but it's good, but I think they need to update it. But we'll talk about iOS later on in the video. So my overall point of just saying that is, I think Apple needs to, I don't think we're going to see it this year, but I think Apple needs to come out with a touchscreen desktop computer. Now let's move away from the iMac and move over to the Mac Pro. If you guys don't know what the Mac Pro looks like, here it is right here. And this computer, I think it really needs to be updated. Apple hasn't updated it since, I think, like 2009. But Apple, it has no USB 3.0 ports. It has no Thunderbolt ports, and the graphics cards are from basically 2009, I think. So I think they need to update the Mac Pro, and they need to really, like, get up to date with the graphics cards and the USB 3.0 ports and stuff like that. Like, all of the hardware and just in that computer, like, they need to really update that. And another thing it doesn't have is an SD card reader. Like, my desktop, my Mac right here, I don't have my SD card reader out here. It doesn't have an SD card reader slot on it, but like I bought an external thing for the USB port, and yeah, like, I can understand it because my MacBook is old, but I still use it. But like, that desktop came out in 2009. Come on now, you need to update your stuff. Like, now let's move away from the desktops and let's go to the iPhones. Now, my opinion on the iPhone, I think it's going to be a #1 phone out for a few more years, just because it's made by Apple. Like, I got my iPhone because I had a crappy Android phone, but I wanted to get the updated phone so I can bring an unboxing and stuff like that to you guys. But I think my iPhone, it's an awesome product. Like, I love my iPhone. Let me take it out of the case. I have the iPhone 5. If you guys don't know, check out the unboxing video for it. Now, the iPhones, I think Apple is going to... There's rumors talking about that Apple is coming out with an iPhone 5S and a cheaper iPhone that people can afford, like out in China and possibly in the United States. I'm not sure. Those rumors are just now coming out, and I haven't really been up to date with my tech information, so I'll post that in a different video. But I think we will see a different... we will see an iPhone 5S, because they came out with the 4 and 4S. 5S, you know what I mean? I don't know. But I think we will see an iPhone 5S come out this year. Now with the iPhone 5S, I think we'll see the same exact design. I think they'll just upgrade the internal specs for the iPhone 5S. Did I just say iPhone 5 or iPhone 5S? Whatever. I meant iPhone 5S if I did say iPhone 5. Okay, like I was saying, I think they'll upgrade the internal specs. It will be the same design, and I think Apple, I like the design of the iPhones, but I think they could go with a new design. What do you guys think? I think they'll update the, they'll have a better camera on it. I don't know what else they can possibly do, because my phone records in, I think, 1080p on the back-facing camera. So I don't know what else they can possibly do to upgrade the camera, but I think they will update the camera. Also, I think it will be a better display, PPI-wise, pixels per square inch, if you guys don't know what that means. And I know it already has a Retina display, but I think they can go higher than a Retina display. Now, let's talk about iOS. One thing that I think Apple needs to fix is iOS. It's been the same exact thing since the iPhone, for the first generation iPhone. Like, I think they need to update it, like, because iOS is really getting old. Like, I've only had my phone since September, my iPhone, but I've had an iPod Touch before that, and I'm getting tired of using iOS. I will admit that I am an Apple fanboy, but I am getting tired of using iOS. iOS is just the same exact crap. Let me turn up my brightness so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's really the same stuff. Like, I keep on saying it because it's old. Like, you get your apps laid out like that, I think, and the only thing they upgraded was, oh, you can click right here in your apps. You can store apps in one folder or whatever. Come on now, that's not really a big upgrade. I know that didn't come out with iOS 6, but iOS 6, they only came out with Passbook and their own Maps app. Come on now, like, iOS, it has a lot of features to it, but I don't think it was a good enough upgrade to go from iOS 5 to iOS 6. I don't think I should have been like iOS 5 point something. It shouldn't have been iOS 6. Like, I think iOS 6 sucks. To me, it really does. But I think they need to upgrade. I think we will see a bigger change in iOS, because there is a new person running it, like the software, and it's the guy Johnny Ive, I think his name is. He came from the hardware part of Apple, and now he's going to be designing the software. So let's see what John Ives has in store for us. Now let's move over to the iPad. Now in 2012, Apple came out with 3 different iPads. Now they came out with, in March 2012, they came out with the iPad 3rd generation, which had the Retina display on it. And late 2012, they came out with the iPad 4, which had the new Lightning cable on it, and I think a faster processor. And they came out with the iPad mini that does not have a Retina display on it. Now in 2013, I think Apple will come out with the iPad mini, the 2nd generation iPad mini, that has a Retina display. Now, I know some people say if you use the 3rd or 4th gen iPad and you go down to the iPad mini, which doesn't have the Retina display on it, it is a big, like, difference. You can see it, and it feels weird looking at the iPad mini. I know some people do say that. Another thing that I think Apple needs to do with the iPad mini is I think they need to bring the price down on it. I think it is way too high, because it's right near the iPad 4th gen, 3rd and 4th gen, like on price wise, because if you're gonna get the iPad mini, you might as well just get the regular size iPad, because it's really gonna be the same exact price, and you might as well go for a bigger screen rather than getting a smaller screen. So I would just go ahead and get me a iPad, the regular size iPad, rather than the iPad mini. So I think they need to bring the price down to at least $200 at least. That's all I'm saying. I think Apple would have a better chance at getting more people to buy the iPad mini rather than the regular size iPad. Now let's move on to the Apple TV. Now the Apple TV, I think Apple will upgrade the tech specs on the Apple TV. If you guys don't know, Apple TV is a little small box that you're able to connect to your TV through HDMI, I think, and plug it up, and you guys got different apps, YouTube apps and stuff like that. Play around with it in the Apple Store. It's the little black box that has the Apple thing on, Apple logo, and yeah. I think they'll upgrade the specs on that. I think they came out with 2 different Apple TVs last year too, actually. One that supported 720 and one that's later on in 2012. Or no, I think when the iPad 3rd generation came out, they came out with the 1080p one. The Apple TV that supports 1080p. Now I also think Apple may, don't quote me on this, I think Apple may come out with a actual physical TV for the 2013 year. Now that's just my personal opinion. Don't get excited. I'm already getting excited because of my own opinion, but don't get excited, okay? Now I know some of you guys are thinking I didn't cover the iPod Touch. I think I need an update with my iPod Touch. You guys can see the crack right there. I barely use it. I use my iPhone now, but I don't think we're really gonna see an update with the iPods, because Apple just basically updated their whole entire line, I think, of iPods. But I don't think we will see a upgrade or update to the iPod world, or whatever you guys want to call it. But that's just my opinion. Who knows what Apple might do, but definitely I will be covering it if they do decide to do anything with the iPods. Alright guys, that really wraps up my video on what I think Apple will be doing this year. I definitely will cover all of the Apple stuff when rumors come out. I will do rumor roundups, possibly unboxings when the product comes out, and reviews, stuff like that. So definitely stay tuned. And to stay tuned, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you guys check out my daily vlog channel, youtube.com/PhippsArts, PhippsArts. That's at the bottom of your screen right now, and it's also in the description. And also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Cinemagram. It's all at _Techonomics. Don't forget to also check out my gaming channel that I launched on Christmas Day. Check it out, youtube.com/2TB Gamer. I'll post it right here on the screen, and it's definitely in the description. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys click the like button down below. That helps me out a ton. If you guys have your personal opinions on what you think Apple might be doing this year, this actual year, I said this coming year for no reason, this year, post it down in the comments. I'm very interested to see what you guys would have to say about what you think Apple would be coming out with this year. So post it down in the comments, and I definitely will read it and respond back to it. Alright, that's it. I'll check you guys back here in my next video. But for now, peace.